It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Chicago Bulls. And guys, for the Bulls, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. And guys,
oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
We are live from Amway Center for an Eastern Conference contest with the Magic in Orlando. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Noche Latina, the NBA's celebration of the Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. A look at Chicago. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
And expected to vie for that top seed coming into the season. They have not disappointed. This is a team poised to do big things in the postseason.
Well, all the hype was justified. I mean, it's been an impressive season for them. We've seen them win a lot of different ways. They've proven in the midst of all of that to be a very, very complete team.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Andre Drummond is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Gibson in at the small forward position. The wide open look here for Oladipo. Off target with his 3. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Skiles. And Doris, what did he have to say?
He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. So it's Orlando now after the miss from Andre Drummond.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Here's Rose. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they get the first bucket.
And they'll hope that sets the tone at the offensive end going forward. It doesn't always work out that way, but better to start fast than not.
Stolen by Rose. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Another one falls for Chicago.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Here's Harris. The step-back jumper is good. Harris has got his first bucket of the night.
You know, a good job by the defender of not getting fooled by the step back, but still got the shot to fall.
There's the pick. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Butler's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Napier kicks to Oladipo. Gordon the pass to Harris. Puts it up from 12, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Outside Rose. There's the feed to Gasol. Shot is no good. Chandler with the defensive effort. The Magic trailed by 3. Napier kicks to Chandler. Dishes to Harris. Uncovered. And again, it's Orlando converting.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against Dallas.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
So it's Orlando now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Napier passes to Gordon. Oh, and here we go with Gibson. Nobody back. Good. Gibson's got his first basket.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree. And, you know, a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And, of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago and never really got back on track.
Now, here's Gasol. 23 points for him the last game against Miami. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And, you know, getting back to Aaron Gordon, his defense is really what had scouts most excited. He has the rare combination of strength, lateral quickness, and ups to defend multiple positions for him.
And talking about Aaron Gordon, everyone knew coming in that he was kind of unrefined. You're betting on his upside and hoping that he develops a consistent shot. And boy, if he does, you're talking about a guy who could become a perennial all-star.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Napier. 11 points for him in that last game against Dallas. Harris against Gibson. They double him with Drummond. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Orlando gets it back. Chandler kicks to Napier. There's a good screen. Down low. And the basket by Gordon.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Gasol setting the pick for Rose. Gasol on the high post. Butler on the way. Guarded by Oladipo. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been training everything they've put up this month. The Bulls in second.
Yeah, Kevin, it's been a long month for anybody who plays these guys. I mean, they've been shooting the lights out. And it's been game after game after game.
Napier kicks to Harris. Oladipo outside. He kicks it to Gordon. Harris outside. 4 on the clock. That's tipped and stolen by Drummond. Outside Rose. Drains the 19-footer. Rose has got 8 points. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Bulls?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Now, here's Oladipo. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Dallas.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Harris outside. Napier kicks to Harris. Here's Gordon. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And that's now 6 points for Aaron Gordon.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
You know, they played well enough to win. But to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Chandler. Hezonja comes in for Gordon, and it's Payton in for Napier.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. You're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Payton outside. Here's Hezonja. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Rose against Payton. Here's Dedmon. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Now, here's Butler. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Miami. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And he knocks down the first one. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Now, here's Clarkson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Mirotic has a wide-open look. Here's Splitter. It's deflected. Here's Hezonja. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
The Bulls leading by 3. Prince kicks to Mirotic from deep, and the basket good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Magic have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Here's Hezonja, guarded by Prince, to the middle. The 11-footer. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Dedmon's got his second bucket. Chicago has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Mirotic, the screen. Marks and dishes to Mirotic. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Sean Merritt. Bulls shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls from Mirotic. J.R. Smith's checked in for Chicago. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Here's Fournier, covered by Smith. And Fournier kicks to Payton. Pass to Hezonja. Magic moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Here's Fournier. And watch watching Evan Fournier. He's an intriguing two-guard prospect. Saw his minutes, Greg, spike last season after getting traded at the deadline.
Yeah, he finally had the chance to get in and prove himself. Had a few strong outings in the second half of last year.
Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the Heat at the American Airlines Arena.
In no way that game should have been as close as it was. They sort of stumbled, but they found a way at the end to pull it out.
I thought they were really fortunate to come away with the win at all. I mean, you're not going to come out on top very often when you play as poorly as they did.
And so here's Orlando. Following the miss by Nikola Mirotic, Marion passes to Payton. Kicks it to Dedmon to the right side. Another miss by Orlando. Chicago leading by 4. And here's Clarkson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Marion kicks to Dedmon. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Now here's Splitter, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Passes to Marion. Here's Azania. Payton outside. Fournier in the corner. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Clarkson kicks to Mirotic. Prince dishes to Splitter. Baseline J on the way. No good. Payton with some nice D. Orlando trailing here. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. The shot's good from Fournier.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And stolen by Payton. 3-on-3. With 4 seconds on the clock, and he knocks down the jumper. And the Magic lead by 2. Clarkson, the shot misses. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Magic lead by 2. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Magic, the 2 and the 3, it's Fournier and Harris. Andrew Nicholson out there with Chandler, and it's Napier in at the point guard position. They get it back. And Chicago shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good.
Good. Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
A tight game here in Orlando. Harris outside. Pass to Chandler. Feeds it to Nicholson, and that one's good. Nicholson's got his first basket of the night.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Here's Rose. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Napier passes to Harris. Shoots off the step back, and the shot falls short this time. Bulls have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Here's Rose. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Here's Nicholson following the score by Derrick Rose. Nicholson kicks to Napier. Hits it from three-point range.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Rose up on top. 14 points from him the last game against the Heat in Miami. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. The pass to Napier. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Orlando making some changes. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Chandler. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Fournier. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler comes in for Smith. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. There's the dish to Butler. Can't hit, so Orlando will take it the other way. And it's Harris off the drive. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Bulls have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Butler with the ball, picked up by Harris. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Hey, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Outside Butler. He dishes it to Snell. It's hauled in by Gordon. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. There's the pick. Up top, Oladipo. Nicholson knocks down the 10-footer. Nicholson's got his second basket of the game. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
It's the Bulls with the ball. Goes up the baseline. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Napier. He's covered by Rose. And the basket by Gordon.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Napier passes to Harris. To the middle. Here's Oladipo. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's averaging 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
It's Drummond with the drive. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
The feed to Oladipo. Dishes it to Nicholson. And he converts the layup. Nicholson's got 6 points in the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And for Victor Oladipo, guys, last season you saw him continue to make strides in this game. He has the build to be one of the best guards in the league, and he's on the right track right now. Very excited for his future. I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. As you said about Oladipo, he has a bright future in this league after playing at Indiana, already stepping into the leader role with the Orlando Magic.
And what I like most about his game and the way he plays is that he contributes really in every facet. I'll use a baseball term. He's a 5'2". I mean, he really does a little bit of everything well. I mean, he can make a big impact even when his shot isn't falling, be it on the glass with his passing or his defense.
Hezonja, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. Then for the Bulls, Splitter's checked in for Drummond. Prince comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Clarkson in for Derrick Rose. And Hezonja gets it to go. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Clarkson. And it's blocked by Gordon. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And the basket by Napier. Now it's a 4-point Magic lead. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Orlando.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break. And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Orlando leading by 4. Payton drives in. Some solid defense from Butler.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Clarkson with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 5 on the clock. Here's Splitter. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Here's Hezonja. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Butler kicks to Clarkson. Rebounded by Marion. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Inside, here's Dedmon. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Dedmon's got 8 points.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Clarkson connects on the 17-footer. Magic leading by 4. Payton kicks to Marion. Here's Azania, defended by Butler. There's a screen. Marion passes to Hazania. Payton right side. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Punches it down.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Payton, but he came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in history.
Mirotic is checked in for Taj Gibson. And Mirotic kicks to Clarkson. He feeds it to Prince. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Three-pointer. A shot by Clarkson, no good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
The Magic have been excellent at the free throw line here today, a flawless 6 for 6.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
And the Magic making a change here. Fournier is checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Smith is checked in. And he's good on the second. Bulls trail by 7. Clarkson kicks to Prince. Mirotic against Marion. Mirotic dishes to Clarkson. Mirotic the screen. 5 to shoot. Clarkson with the ball. Now Payton defending from the wing. And he gets the jumper to drop. Clarkson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Magic leading by 5. Payton outside. He kicks to Fournier. Uncovered. Rebounded by Clarkson. The Bulls shooting very well, 56% from the floor here in the second quarter. Pass to Mirotic. Here's the 3. Cannot hit. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. 1:52 left to play in the first half. And Fournier kicks to Payton. Passes it to Hazania. 4 on the shot clock. And good as it rattles through the hoop. Hazania's got the lead up to 7 now for Orlando.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Clarkson kicks to Splitter. Tries from 7. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Here's Azania after the Bulls pick up 2. Kicks to Dedmon. Payton outside. From deep three-point range. The shot no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Clarkson with the ball. Now Payton defending. Prince, that's for 2. They get the rebound. Clarkson. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Bulls of
Jordan Clarkson. 2 shots.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Orlando out in front, up 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and asserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Their transition game was really strong. It really fueled them, gave them a big injection of energy into the offense. If they can maintain that fast style in the second half, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Taj Gibson is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Drummond in at center. The kick out to Rose. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 3rd assist on the night. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And the basket by Napier.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Gibson against Harris. Gasol no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
And the second free throw, good.
And talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film study, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all of that showed up for him big time last season.
Back to Gibson. Shot clock at 6. Over to the left wing. On its way from Rose for 2. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
Now Rose. He's got 17. Good. And it's 7 points for Pau Gasol.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all here.
And that one's good. That's 12 points for Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Outside Butler. Drummond with a screen on Oladipo. And Butler, here we go. And stolen by Gordon. Up top, Oladipo. Defended by Gibson. Oladipo, the pass to Gordon. Here's Napier. He's covered by Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to Harris from downtown. Harris missing again.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Now a timeout called by Orlando. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Gasol with the steal. Butler at the elbow for the lead. Second shot opportunity. Rose can't hit.
Fellas, that's exactly the job the big guy has to do for him. Contest every rebound.
Harris outside. Feeds to Napier for the 3. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 4 assists in the game.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
The pass to Napier. No good. Good D by Gasol. Bulls trail by 4.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Here's Napier. He's covered by Rose. But they recover it. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Checking out the game Shabazz Napier is having. He has 14 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Magic. Andrew Nicholson comes in for Aaron Gordon. The Bulls also changing it up. Splitter comes in for Andre Drummond. And Tony Snell subbed in for Taj Gibson. And both free throws good for Napier. Bulls trail by 6. Outside Butler. To the inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Here's Nicholson. He's got 6. The dish to Napier. Launches it. And Splitter pulls it down.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Napier kicks to Oladipo. Harris outside. 6 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Nicholson. Gasol with the steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. 19 18 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw drops for Rose. Hezonja, he's checked in for Orlando. And Chicago also making a switch. Mirotic is checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Napier. He's got 16. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Rose with some nice D. Bulls have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight. And Clark, as we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Harris kicks to Napier. Lets it go with a 3. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his 2nd this half.
Here's Snell. Rose, a screen on Oladipo. Off the pick. Rebound by the Magic. Hezonja's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Napier. And that one goes long.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Outside Rose. Splitter sets a screen. Over in the corner, Gasol. Baseline try. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Hezonja. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Hezonja's got 7. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Snell. Now the feed to Rose. Poke loose. Harris, right side. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career high, 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
The Magic have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. That free throw missing.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Fournier is checked in for Oladipo, and it's Payton in for Shabazz Napier. Back to Smith. Splitter sets a screen. Here's Clarkson. Off target from 3-point range.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
And that one good from Clarkson.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Now here's Payton. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Hezonja from outside off the mark. Bulls trail by 3. And here's Clarkson. Dishes to Prince. He feeds it to Mirotic. 20 feet out. And that one hits back iron. Magic leading by 3. Payton drives in. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That is his first foul of the game. Tyson Chandler is checked in for the Magic. Marion comes in for Harris. Well, Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded closely. He kicks it to Prince. In the corner, it's Splitter. Shot clock at 5. Orlando grabs the miss. Chandler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Prince dishes to Clarkson. 1:33 left in the third. Now here is Mirotic. He's covered closely. And again, no good by Chicago.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And Fournier kicks to Payton. Marion passes to Fournier. Sinks the three-pointer. And now it's an 8-point Magic lead.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Chicago calls timeout. And now we'll look at who's been leading the NBA in rebounding since the All-Star break. Tyson Chandler 4th.
He has taken his rebounding very seriously since the break. It's really paid off for him and his team.
Chicago making some changes. Drummond comes in for Splitter. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Clarkson. There's 57 seconds left in the third. Rose dishes to Mirotic. Right through the D for the layup. Mirotic has got 7 points in the game. Magic leading by 6.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Stolen by Rose. A pull-up. And the Bulls get it back over Payton. Rose can't hit.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Here's Fournier, guarded by Prince. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often that's the case for this team.
And it's Smith penetrating. 1 second left, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. For Chicago, they have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line. And he makes the first. And Rose drops them both. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Magic lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment from the Amway Center. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Marion is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Chandler. Then there's Victor Oladipo. And it's Napier in at the 1. That's who's out there for Orlando. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Oladipo's running to the left wing. All sorts of time. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game. Here's Rose. Passes it to Gasol. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Tobias Harris is checked in for Sean Marion. Here's Napier. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Knocked away. Chandler kicks to Oladipo. There's a good screen. Shot clock at 6. Can't get it to go. Good D by Drummond. Here's Butler. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 6th assist on the night. Gordon with a screen on Rose. Good, nice play there from Napier. Napier's got 16 here in the second half.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Open shot, Butler. Tyson Chandler grabs the board. Chandler's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Oladipo, the pass to Napier. Chandler a screen. Here's Napier. Oladipo with the ball. Kicks it to Napier. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Another shot, and it's sent back by Drummond. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Harris with now guarded by Gibson. Here's Napier. Goes up again. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That free throw, no good.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
Magic leading by 8. Here's Harris. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Chandler with the block. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
Oh. Hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Rose. Orlando's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Chandler dishes to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Chandler, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
I'll tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. and he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Harris. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his 5th assist in this one. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Bulls trail by 10. Outside Rose and Gasol now top of the key. Butler on the wing, guarded by Oladipo. Butler attacking. Tyson Chandler pulls it in.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard. Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Gasol setting the pick for Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Magic leading by 8. Here's Napier. Chandler is screen. Napier kicks to Chandler, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Rose. The shot is off. The Magic go the other way with it. Oladipo goes in. Rebound by Rose. Rose has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Outside Butler for 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for Jimmy Butler.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's Napier. He's covered by Rose. Napier kicks to Harris. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Harris has got 4 points now in the quarter. Bulls trail by 9. Outside Rose. Releases from 15. The shot no good. And Orlando the other way now.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Harris outside. With the teardrop, and he lays it up and in. And now an 11-point Orlando lead. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Drummond a screen. Butler kicks to Rose. He got right to the cup using that screen. Rose has got 14 points now in the second half.
Good display of physicality by Gasol to set that shot up.
Harris outside. Oladipo left side. Chandler is screen. And Oladipo, here we go, to the paint. And the dunk by Chandler.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very very easy basket with that setup.
Rose up on top. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Rose has got 30 points.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect him to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plans.
And there are the Magic with another bucket. Bulls trail by 11. Good looking screen by Gasol. Out to the right wing, and Gibson kicks to Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Tyson Chandler.
It's been fun to watch Gasol in this one. He has 11 points and also 3 nice steals. He's had great awareness out there, exploiting those passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And Clark, it's as if he's been a step ahead of everyone else out there today.
And Orlando making a change here. Payton's checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Tayshaun Prince has checked in for Taj Gibson.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
Rose. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Pass to Harris. Inside, and Chandler throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
Back a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Down hard, Clark.
Yes, sir.
Down hard,
Yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Chicago calls timeout.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. If what he talked about is a true indication, the pick and roll is going to be their go-to play from now on. He sees that as being their best option offensively. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. So Coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
Thanks, Doris. Payton drives in, feeds to Oladipo. With the floater, and that is good. And now it's a 12-point Magic lead.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Payton against Rose. Chandler with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's Payton. And he gets it to go.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a glimmer?
I'm going to let it slide.
Rose attacking. There's the bucket. Good. Rose has got 8 points in the quarter.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Magic leading by 12. Here's Payton. Now the pass to Oladipo. Out to Harris. Down low. Payton right side. Here's the dish to Gordon. Just 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from 18. Again, Oladipo missing.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the board.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Drummond with a screen on Harris. Well, their pass it to Drummond. Chandler with the steal. Harris dishes to Payton. Back to Harris. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. 17 points for Tobias Harris.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Orlando.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And after dropping game one in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a three-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And partner, it sets up what should be a fantastic finale to the season series. Major bragging rights on the line that night.
And I don't think anybody saw a performance like this one coming tonight. What a big-time game for Napier. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Payton outside. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan player of the game? He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
I mean, he was lights out from deep. Some aerial mastery going on, guys. He spent a lot more time behind the arc than he usually does. Good call by the coaching staff to use him in that way. The defense was not expecting him.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.